1 2 1 2. Mic check. I see things moving. Stand by. I'm just turning everything on right now for you guys. I don't want to be late, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just turning it on now. But I'm still on standby. And I got no music for you. All right? So just stand by. Okay. Get my bathroom break out early. Yeah. Okay, where we at? Free Energy Fridays. Peace, family. It's your boy, Young Jedi, in the building. One world, one hood. And today is another Free Energy Friday, where we got 6 different ways to make energy, and paying for it's not one of them. All right? Bam. So we're going to recap a little bit of what we went over last week, to make, and then we're going to recap over a couple of things that we've been probably talking about throughout the week on our brother channels, mainly Bro Sanchez, and also what we talk about in the HOTC. Gotta give them a shout out too. That's the family, and UEP, everybody who's doing their own thing. Shout out to the vegan, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of the different brothers, all the different platforms in our community. You know what I'm saying? So let's do this. Last week we went over chemical action, okay? And I can do this little we can do the recap now, you know what I'm saying? Since it's early and we don't have too many, we ain't got nobody in here. So let's do this. Chemical action is what we went over last week. All right. Matter of fact, let's run through this here. 6 different ways to make voltage. Friction. Friction is like in a generator spinning with your carbon and copper. You got your copper with spinning, you got carbon brushes, and it's creating a friction. There's other forms, but I'm just giving you one friction, a quick example. Pressure is piezo. So some people say different ways, tomato, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You understand what that is. That's pressure. Usually done with crystals. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff that's in your lighter. Okay, you got one of those click lighters, click, or So you see the little spark go across, and you'll never have to put a battery in it. That's because you can get a small voltage when you squeeze the crystals together. All right. We got heat. I think heat is I think heat and light is both self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? Especially what we were doing last week. You know what I'm saying? You know that you can use heat. We use heat to make energy. You know what I'm saying? We use light to make energy. Maybe I need to write that over or something like that. I don't know if you can see that. Light. Chemical action. This one is chemical action. Chemical action, I got them highlighted in red, and that's because this is the one we was going over last week when we talk about chemical action. And we're going to keep going over that for a little while until we get a good understanding. And chemical action falls under batteries. This is a chemical action. You know what I'm saying? You've seen different people probably use fruits and all sorts of ways. You've seen we used dirt last week in as our medium, and you know what I'm saying, there was a chemical action going on in there. We're going to go back over that again today. And magnetism, you know what I'm saying, we use magnets to induce coils. You've probably seen a coil like this before, right? Go over that. You know what I'm saying? This is a light fiber pancake coil, you know what I'm saying, better known to all of y'all as the Tesla coil. Yeah, we do a little bit of all of that over here. Yeah, sometimes I think this is a boring subject, but then sometimes it's just my thing. And if you're here fucking with the hood, then you're into this too. You know what I'm saying? Or you're trying to get a better understanding, and that's what we do here. Each one teach one. And so let me help get y'all up. All right, chemical action. Where was we at last week? Last week we took some dirt. I put it in this little Dixie cup here, little Jello shot cup. You know what I'm saying? Put a lid on it. I stuck a nail in there, galvanized nail, and an piece of iron. You don't have a nail, and a piece of copper. Took a piece of copper wire and I stuck it in there. Right? And with that, you're gonna have to part. And what happened here is that I got called to do an electrical job this week, right before Christmas. They're gonna call me to do this, and took my tools to go do this job, and they're still there because I'm still gonna be doing that job. So I gotta use a couple of the experiments that I wanted to do that I needed my tools to show you. We're gonna have to go over those later, but we can freestyle this and get this going, right? And I got myself a little multimeter here, a little cheap one. You can get this from the store, less than $10. All right, a little multimeter here. All right, and we use this to check out voltage. Right now, I got it on DC setting. Okay, you see there. There's some little signs on there. I don't know if I can see that. I'll let you know that I want DC or if I want AC. AC is alternating current. DC is direct current. Direct current is like battery power. That's battery. You want to test your battery, you'll put it on DC and check it out. So anyhow, let's see what we got with just a nail and a piece of copper. Okay. I'm gonna put this in a way so that you can see it here. And I should get some alligator clip so I can hold it. But you can see right here, we're creating a voltage. I need to get a nice spot here so I can hold it on. That's why I need to get the alligator clips to hold it still. And we're getting what it's saying over here. It's going up a little bit. Yesterday, or let's say the last time we tested, we was at like 0.4, like a half a volt. All right. And We was at a half a volt. Now, and a lot of people, because I was getting a lot of emails, and people hit me, and people who's joining into the back chat who wants to get that a little more close up learning, and a little more personal. Um, we was going over, well, how can we get a little bit more voltage out of these? And I gave a few experiments, examples like using different types of materials. We find different voltage. That's when I had put this one. This is a cup of dirt, and I got a piece of aluminum, a piece of copper, a piece of iron, and a piece of ferrite, and we still got some other things I need to put in there, like zinc, uh, magnesium. What I'm saying? We need to go through a lot of you. The only way you're gonna find out is testing them on your own. You know what I'm saying? We're using that dirt as a medium, and we're figuring it out, and we're getting more and more voltage. But like I said, what I gave one right here is we got another one made, a dirt medium with our copper and our regular nail, the same exact setup that we got over here, that we were just showing 0.3 volts. And what we did was I added some salt and some vinegar to the solution to put more or different types of chemical for inside this action, because remember, battery is chemical action. There's an action going on. So let's see what we get by doing that. What raise in voltage? What's the difference between this one and that one? Well, we can already see that this one here is up to almost a half a volt. He's at 5, when the other one was at 3 to 4, 3 going up to 4. All right, we can definitely see that off the rip. And what we didn't test for was the amperage. You know what? I should do that, but I think we should just make a whole stream by itself, going over the multimeter, how you're going to use it, what you're going to be using it for, how to keep yourself and your project safe when you're using it. So we're definitely going to need to go over that. But you know what? We didn't see. So I don't, this is our original one with the dirt. When we change this medium to water, how about let's give that a test. This is tap water. I got this one right out of the sink. There's nothing special about this. This is that New York City tap. It's all crap. New York City tap is crap. But we're gonna see what we can do with some New York City tap water. Oy. So whoa, look at that. That says 0.9. Is that what that say? Oh my God. Are you trying to tell me that I got more voltage out of the tap water? Get the fuck out. Let me look at this again. Yeah, don't hear me. Son of a bitch. Okay. Y'all see this? Y'all see the numbers jumping? This is tap water. Battery power. This is almost a full volt from this little bit of tap water. I know some people was thinking like before, if you get more dirt, would you get more voltage? Somebody asked that, and no. You can do the same setup. I do this same setup right outside, straight in the ground, and I'll get the same amount of voltage, to be honest. It does vary on rainy days. You know what I'm saying? So like, when you get a lot of water, I guess, because obviously water, we're getting more voltage from that. Ain't that something? See, we've seen that we got what water is diamagnetic. It's definitely dielectric. paramagnetic. Man, a full vote. Y'all don't hear me. This was tap water. The same exact setup. We just changed the medium. We did one with dirt. We did one with water, and we've also did it with putting it underwater. I wonder if I just try using vinegar and salt without the water. If I just go pour this out real quick, fill this up with some water and vinegar, I wonder vinegar and salt, and I wonder would that change anything? Okay, let's go find out real quick. Let me get some salt. I know. I'm gonna get some oil on that. All right. So just so you know that this is not pre-made. I actually had to go walk into the kitchen and go find this stuff. You see, I didn't even have this sitting here ready. This is all off the head. We're doing this, and now we're about to do an experiment right here. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to pour this out real quick. I'm gonna fill it up. Okay, cup is empty. Let's change our medium to vinegar now. I ain't gonna give these guys no props. This is vinegar, all right? All natural. Some salt from the bodega with an egg sandwich. You know. Okay. All right. Let's see how this goes. Hold on, let's see something. Okay. All right. Let's mix it up a little bit. What's called now? Scam. Oh, scam. Oh, all right. My finger's smelling all funky now. Smelling like vinegar. I'm about to wipe it on my pants leg. My pants leg gonna be smelling funky. I'm about to let this air dry. All right, let me see. Where's my tester at? Yeah, my little place I have to clean up. Oh, not this one. Wait a minute now. I just was using it. Here's the one hanging off the side. Yeah. We're still on. And let's see if we get a difference. He's holding at 9. Now, when we did the water, it was at 9, but then he did decrease a little bit. This one jumped and held at a straight 9. And it holds. It doesn't even jump. Well, now you see why it says you have to be the scientist. We gotta have our own community of scientists putting this stuff together and figuring out and seeing what we can do and things we can do. Can't be the only one, you know. So, we got the bifilar coil here. We can talk about that. You've seen the other coils. You've seen this coil that I made. This is a bifilar coil too. This is just different type. It's wrapped around the spool. This one is called a pancake. It's flat. We're going to be doing some special things with the pancake one. Oh yeah, but y'all got to come into the back chat probably and see what's going on. We are going over this in the Young Jedi. You know what I'm saying? The Young Jedi room is for the graduates. If you make it into my back chat and the Google Hangouts, like I said, you can email me at One World One Hood. Make sure you leave your Gmail, and I can add you into the back chat. Tell me you want to get added into the Google Hangout. We can add you in. You can learn. You can build with us in the back, and you'll be able to see some things, but maybe some things that we don't even go over in here. And like I said, and if you can graduate out of that room, and how you graduate out of that room is by finishing a free energy project. Now, the only one that I've actually given to these guys was what we call the Gary Destroyer, which is a simple pulse motor. You know, some people you might call it an SG. That stands for schoolgirl. You know what I'm saying? But I figure why schoolgirl, we're gonna call it Gary Destroyer, because he be acting. I'm shout out to my man Gary. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things happen from brothers like that. You know what I'm saying? He's a smart man. And there's a lot of, like I said, we got a lot of action coming out of here. We're gonna be doing like magnetic healing. You know what I'm saying? Clearing the body with, you know what I'm saying? Putting low voltage pulses through the body. This is the stuff that Tesla was doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just learning, reading the books. You know what I'm saying? I'm studying with everybody, other people, other minds like myself, and even some guys much greater than myself. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of the greats out there. You know what I'm saying? What I'm just doing is trying to simplify this for y'all. You know what I'm saying? You can all be building your own little stuff and thinking on the ways of free energy, because definitely we're going to be in the future showing how we're going to just be taking energy out of the air. You know, I mean, it's all, you know, it's like taking a TV signal out of the air. It's like taking, you know what I'm saying? Everything, all this stuff is going through the air. It's can you transient? Can you transient? I'm using that word because that's how Steinmetz and all these guys, and that's what, and when we get into this stuff later, you'll understand what I mean if you don't understand it now. But that would be how we transition this signal over to a signal of my liking, of my choice, because that's what energy does. Energy keeps changing. When, you know, once you understand that, you know what I'm saying, like when you die, your energy gonna change over. You know what I'm saying? It goes to something else, and we, you know, obviously, because that's what energy does. Like, in other words, when you use your electrical energy, and then what does that energy turn into after you use it? Well, you know, like heat would be one. But then after you use the heat, what does that change it into? You know what I'm saying? It gets cold water. There's a lot of when water wave is going and then it crashes into something, that energy is now changing at the point of crash. Even in a car, a crash, there's an energy change. There's an energy transfer. It transients. I like to say that, you know what I'm saying? It's a transient when it changes from one to the other. Like when electricity is coming through a wire. And you really think that there's like something flowing through this solid wire like it's a straw, but that's not exactly how it works. It's actually going around this, because when you put power to this, if I put power to this coil, it's going to turn this into a magnet. I mean, the first thing, the things will be magnetically drawn once you put it, you know what I'm saying, power to it. Once you put, when your wires are actually magnets, after they plug them in the wall and they're on, little do you know, you can put a little compass needle to it, you're going to see it's going to start aiming towards your wires, because they're live. And when things is live, it has a polarity. So polarity is like, you know, your north and your south polarity. So it all works the same. Like I said, I don't have my tools, but what can we do here? All right, let me look at some of my notes. I still didn't get a chance to put together the stuff like I want to, and I like to. If there was probably more people, I would go into some more things with waves and let you understand with waves, because there's a lot to really understand and learn, especially if you want to talk to the naysayers. You know what I'm saying? People can be out there talking, oh, that's not true, and this is not going to work, and they got a big story with a lot of big words that sound good and telling you why you can't do something. You know what I'm saying? But we're here definitely showing and proving that all things can be done. You know what I'm saying? Everything can be done. If you thought about it, if they can say something can't be done, or it can be done. That's just how it works. There's opposites here. It's polarities. You know what I'm saying? What side you just saying to stand on. Well, we know over here that all things is possible, especially when they tell you it ain't real. Like I said, they just want you to pay for it. Free energy is residual income here. Yeah, it's just like residual income. It's, you know, you work really hard. You know, you put all your work and energy into a project where you're supposed to get paid for it. And why can't it be residual? Why should these people just, you can act something on TV, do this thing one time, and then keep getting paid for it, right? Well, that's what we're doing when we're putting a lot of energy, thought, time, and a few dollars, making it real cheap, and we're putting it into this. You understand? We're putting our thought, our energy into this. This becomes something serious. Like I said, I don't even know. Let me. What can we talk about here? What can we go over? Is there anything I want to know? Did we? Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna make this one a shorty, because I would like to. We said I wanted to talk to y'all about the water and the rest of the stuff. You know what? I can show y'all something, a future project that we're gonna do, especially for the people who was talking about water. We was going over water before, and I was explaining to y'all how I make my own colloidal silver, and I have a little setup here, and I'm gonna show y'all how it's done, and how I take pure silver rods, 0.9999, minimum of four nines, okay, 9999, yeah, minimum 4 nines, or maybe even 5, but 4 nines minimum, pure silver. We're putting this in distilled water, because distilled water has nothing in it. Now, I know that we got reverse osmosis, which is military grade, and it's supposed to be the best type of filtration out there. I'll tell you right now, if I perform this test to make this colloidal silver, which we're gonna do one of these days. Maybe I'll just do perform some of these tests. Maybe that's what I'll do. We'll have some other ones. I'll put out little test videos and show you these. Probably keep them short. You know, maybe under 10 minutes if I could, of short video clips of experiments, so we can see what's going on. So we can test the different types of water and know if it's pure or not. When it's pure, that means it has nothing. If we go test some water and all the lights go, yeah, it says it's alkaline, but you know what's in it? I don't think you do. So I use distilled water, and I have a ppm meter, and what we do is we'll put this into the water, and I'll test and know that the water has no impurities, no parts per million is going to be floating around in this water. And then I'll use reverse osmosis water, and then we'll do the test in both. I'll make some silver in both, and you're going to see what happens when it's in water with any impurities to it. And I mean, but reverse osmosis, some serious filtration. I got 4 chambers on that, a 4-chamber filtration system that goes through real slow, drip, drip, drip at a time to make sure it's got. Forget about it. And then after that, I go through another filtration system. I put it through that's 5 filters. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to a silk filtration. And there's still something in there. And I don't know what's in there. That's the whole thing. So we don't want to deal with that. I don't care how we do. Use the still, have it pure, and you put your nutrients in the water. You want to put silver in the water. You want to put whatever type of herbs in the water, infuse it with different types of minerals. You know what I'm saying? And you ingest that into your body. All right, definitely. And we're gonna be going next. We're gonna be going over that one. So like I said, I'm gonna show y'all how to build your own. It's real simple too. Simple parts. I put that one together. This colloidal silver maker. I'm looking at it right now. I'm gonna say I'll probably put this one together for about $10-12. $10-12. Probably less than that. You know what I'm saying? The most expensive part is buying the silver. You buy the silver, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, you buy a couple of pieces of silver, and that's not gonna be that expensive. You probably the silver, you know, so you think $30, something like that, $40. I don't remember, but it's not expensive. I'm using that one for over a year now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that one time I bought the silver, I'll be using that one for a long time. So, you know, and putting a charge through it and ionizing that water, like, you know what I'm saying, with the charge of silver. And that's how you break the silver down to a form that it can be ingested into the body. I wanted to go over, like, see some of my notes, like posts, you know what I'm saying, showing y'all, you know what I'm saying. I don't think this is the time for that. I think we're going to have to do some of those things in short videos and not in lecture form, not in long lecture form. This is still introduction, and we still getting our stuff together where I'm going to have the panel ready, where I'm going to be able to drop the slides, because that's going to be important, because we've been using a lot of slides. But right now we can still go over things and still get a good understanding. What else we got? We got we don't throw away parts, right? We don't throw, because a lot of these, you want to know where some of the stuff, how I get these parts and why it costs so cheap, is because I'll take a microwave apart and take the capacitors off of that. You know what I'm saying? I'll take things apart. Yeah, let me see. Every time I throw a microwave out, I go take the capacitors and the magnets off. Where my magnets at? I probably got them stuck on something. You know what I'm saying? They're all over the place, like big old magnets. It's a microwave magnet. I got, but I broke this. It's a circle. It used to be big circle micro. I broke this so I can fit it in the place. But I always take these out of here. microwaves. You might have an old bulb, like when these things go dead. When these things are no good, I'll cut it open and open it up, and inside of that is these little circuit boards. Okay, I'll take these things off, like this little tiny. It's like a transformer almost. But this is what happens is that this, when you're using this light bulb, you're getting 110 volts. You know what I'm saying, from your house, and these lights don't require that, so they had to break it down. So this is stepping down the voltage from 110 volts and whatever, you know what I'm saying, that you got in your house, and breaking it down to whatever this is, 8 to 10 volts. We can use the same technology and run it backwards, or we can just take some of these things off and use them for other pieces. Like when I take out, this is like it's got a whole bunch of little tiny wires wrapped around. This makes like a transformer. We can use this to induce or take voltage off of something by sitting it next to it, or we can, put another winding around it, change this into transformers. There's a lot of stuff that can be done with this. This is how I get a lot of these, is like a little transistors. Take them off of this. I'll take my little soldering gun and heat it up real quick, and I'll go under the bottom and I'll heat up those pieces in there and take these pieces off. Or, you know what I'm saying, you can order on Amazon or something like that. Your choice. But waste now one. Those light bulbs, every time those light bulbs throw them away, I take them and I take all of these pieces off. See, I was building my own, and I was getting little meltdown and breakdown points and stuff like that. I'm using it too hard, and now I gotta do it again, and then I gotta find out what's my, when I should stop. So then I realized, I was like, you know what? Let me cut this thing open and let me see what they're using, because I know that these lights don't take 110 volts. And when I looked at this and I see they being all the different ones, I said, let me use this. And I started using these in the Mini and the Gary Destroyer. Saves, look how small this is, saves space and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, none of this stuff is garbage. Don't throw them away. Even when even the light bulbs stop working, these components still work. This is fine. You know what I'm saying? So I keep these and I use them in projects. You know what I'm saying? I had to find out what certain things is. I didn't know what everything is. Like I said, I am an electrician, but I'm not this engineer. I had to learn this stuff. So, to read the part, put it on. That's what you use in Google for. Find out where this came from, see what it is. Gonna read up on that, find out. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I was able to do all this stuff. And then see the correlation. So I know y'all need to see some correlations too, right? Y'all like doing that? I don't have it. I need to do slides, but I'll leave off with our little correlation, and I'll call that, right? Wait a minute. Why does it say that? Is my chat working? Or am I just talking? I don't. Oh no. I don't want to do that. I don't know what to do. It's telling me boom, boom, boom. You know what? Let me try it this way. See if I can do it like this. I probably have to. I probably need to use somebody else's. I might have to use somebody else's thing, because it's showing me Can I see it this way? Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right. All right. What can I do about this? Something on my computer here, and I could not see the chat room. So I just was talking to myself. So I open up over here on my phone, and I see that y'all in here. So let me fix myself. C dot, I see you. We here. Nashuma, haha. You know what I'm saying? Journey for Truth, Dojo, my man. So all right. We gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? We got Will B. Oh, the goddess, J Royale. I see you. Alicia, oh, that's my girl. I gotta give you a wrench. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all get the wrench though, but you know, I'm gonna go in there and fix it up. You know what I'm saying? Samir King, yeah. I see all of y'all. My magic mirror, Tibetan astronaut. Yeah, I see you. Tim Truth, yeah, Tim Truth. You definitely gotta get wrench you up too. I'm just learning this stuff. Ramsey, my man, definitely gets got a wrench up too. Everybody gotta get a wrench. Peabody Grind, my man. Where we at? Where we at? K Smith. All right. Welcome. Where we at? And a billionaire, big club. What's popping? All right. And young. That Ty. Okay. Yeah. Peace to the chat. Where we at? Interesting video on how you make it. Yeah, the colloidal silver. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a colloidal silver video. We definitely, like I said, I wanted to talk about the water because we was definitely going over the water this week, and you know what I'm saying. So you know, like I said, I gotta take some pictures and I gotta put I gotta get some slides and start showing how to do that. And I don't exactly know, so I'm gonna definitely do some homework this week. I just got a little busy. And I know I promised y'all Friday, so until I get it, I'll write it on the board. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we got to do. I'll give y'all all if you're in my back chat, mention the colloidal silver, and I'll start it back there for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And give y'all a breakdown for all of the stuff that you can use. Where we can go, go to Home Depot. You might not even need to do that. You can find some of this stuff, a couple of alligator clips. Most of this stuff you can probably get right there at the crib. Boom. And let me see. Do I have any silver? I wish I had. I mean, I could do some more tests for you to show y'all what's going on. Here's some of the water after done. You know, it turned like a golden. Got a golden hue to it. I'm really not supposed to be holding it in the light because that's like putting it next to a magnet, and that will be like putting playing with the charge. So there's already a charge. Water's already been charged because I'm using electricity and with the silver. You know what I'm saying? So that's a magnetic charge. So we don't really want to mess that charge up by putting this in light, or by putting it next to magnets. Magnets means putting it next to any electricity, any wires, anything passing by or something like that. You can induce this the same way that this wire can be induced. Do you know what induced is? Induced is when when voltage can come out of this without being hooked up to a source, just because it's sitting next to a source that's working. Okay. That's definitely how you induce how you induce wires. That's what's going on in the bifilar coil. You know what I'm saying? We got one wire that the battery is running through that's pushing the magnet, that's repelling it, turning it into a magnet of the same and making it spin. At the same time, that wire is wrapped around another wire that is playing effect on the other one. The other wire is not hooked up to that, but it's getting affected because it's next to the other wire with a voltage through it. And then it's also getting affected by getting pulsed with the magnet that's spinning. So every time the magnet passes by it, it's like zapping the coil, you know what I'm saying, with what? Magnetism, which it was already. It's like you're doing things like, it's like when you play music. I know Tim Truth, and we got music players. It's like if you understand music, you can take a chord and you can invert that chord, and you'll still be in the same note of the song. Like if you're freestyling and if we're just playing, and if we're in the note of C, I can keep inverting that same CEG. You know what I'm saying? I can keep inverting that in different ways, and you'll stay within that field, that process. You understand what I'm getting at? So that's what's going on. We're just inverting the processes in different ways. You know what I'm saying? And it helps you get a better result. You know what I'm saying? Where we at? Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So definitely we're gonna do that. So you have a colloidal silver generator? Yeah. How much did it cost? Because mine's $10. You know, you get it for 10. You know what I'm saying? You just make it for $10. Yeah. Yeah. What do you do? What do you use it for? You use silver is the number one germ killer known to man. Okay, the number one germ killer known to this planet. So when you go into the doctor and you're looking to get an antibiotic, I don't go to the doctor looking for an antibiotic because I know his antibiotic is not compared to silver. Silver antibiotic kills only about 17 different germs, viruses, disease, something like that. When silver kills over 750, and it's all natural, and because it's radically different from single cell life, it seems to, it's natural. Silver comes from the ground. It's not something that comes from the earth. It's not something that man made. You know what I'm saying? That's if you want to get crazy, you know, whatever. We're gonna say that's something that God made. You know what I'm saying? Silver. It's from the earth. You're made out of that. So you know what I'm saying? My son came home one day. This is what happened. My son's in college, and he comes home from college in the summer, and he can work for my union as a college helper. I'm an electrician. Safety first. All right, and my son, he'll come down and he make some some summer money, so he can go back to the school with, you know. And he's not used to that work environment. You know what I'm saying? He's used to a school environment. You know what I'm saying? You know, so what I'm getting at is that he developed pink eye within like the first 2 days, something like that, just being on the job from the dust that's in the air and different stuff, you know what I'm saying? And his body is not immune to that. So he comes home with pink eye. So immediately, because they know that all of these guys is somebody's children that's here, you know, they're telling, oh, you gotta go home, you gotta go to the doctor. Everybody's worried, you know. And his mother called me and was like, yo, listen, take him to the doctor, blah, blah, blah. Your son, he got pink eye, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah. I says, I got something better than the doctor. Now, I'm getting into a fight now because she wants me to do it her way, of course. And I'm like, well, he's with me now for the summer. Because, you know, we separated. Like, he's with me. So we're going to do it my way. This is daddy way. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what's going on. So I went over to my jaw. I had it plugged in the wall. It just so happened, and I was charging it up. So he sees this, and I go get an eyedropper, and I stuck it in my water, and I told him, open your eye up, and I dropped one in his eye. You know what I'm saying? I told him, all right, now go play some basketball, go practice. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a baller. He plays ball in college, right? He went outside and obviously didn't go to the basketball court yet, and he called his mama and said, "Ma, he took some water that he had plugged into the wall and he dropped it in my eyes and told me go play." You know what I'm saying? And so she called me wilding, and I'm on the phone like, yo, like, yo, I got this. This is mine. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna do it my way when he's with me. When he's with you, she go your way. Don't try to mess up my show. You know what I'm saying? About 40 minutes. About 40 minutes later, he came back inside and was like, "Wow, Dad, look at my eyes. Look, they're clear. Pink eye gone." You know what I'm saying? Totally gone, 100% gone. He's like, oh, wow. He called up his mother and was like, Mom, it worked. She called me back. I'm like, ah. I says, listen, we got knowledge over here. You think? I said, she thinks I'm crazy. A lot of, how it goes, because you don't go by the popular. You don't go by the popular consensus. You're crazy. You know what I'm saying? You're crazy for thinking that buildings. I mean, those buildings came down because somebody did it from the inside. Those planes didn't hit. Or you crazy? You're a conspiracy theorist. You think all of this and that. They say all of that when the kids start coming back. I'm like, oh wow, change everybody's thought. They start talking to me like, hey, well, I'm having a problem here now. What do you think about this? Now you want to ask. I'm the doctor. I get more calls for being a doctor, from people after helping people heal, because I've been through the Dr. Sadie boot camp, you know what I'm saying? Because he's from here, over here in Brooklyn, New York. I'm in Queens, but same difference, right on the borderline. But like I said, they start learning that, motherfucker, I'm not watching TV, I'm studying, you know what I'm saying? And trust me, for me to change my view to learn this stuff is big, because I come from the same school y'all come from. I was like, oh, man, this ain't real, man. That's crazy. I was talking to myself. I'm like, I'm from New York. This is how, we cocky, we from New York, right? I'm like, yo, I'm from New York. If this motherfucker is going to get me for $120, I swear it's only going to be one time. You know what I'm saying? I says, trust me, I'm doing a lot of thought before I spend this $120 on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also a barber. I cut hair too. I'm a barber. I've been a barber before all of this. You know what I'm saying? I might bring y'all into my shop one of these days, but right now we're on this. And because I'm a barber, I know everybody and all sorts of different types of people with different jobs and everything. And I was running my knowledge that I was, learning on one of my boys who's a doctor. And he was, while I was going through electrical school and as an apprentice, he was going through doctor school as an apprentice, but I've been cutting his hair for forever. You know what I'm saying? So we be building, going back and forth. And I cut his hair in the middle of the night because he's a doctor. He can't come out but a certain time. And he had the craziest hours, so he'd be falling asleep in the chair. Anywho, I'm telling him, like, yo, bro, I have read that silver is the #1 germ killer to this planet, and that and I started learning about what gold does and what these effects have on your brain and on the body. And he told me, he says, well, we actually have sheets of silver and gold that we put over open wounds and stuff like that in the hospitals. And I was like, oh, really? I says, I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't hear nothing about that. I said, shit. I says, I got the good benefits. I was like, how come I ain't getting none of that? He says, benefits. He says, your benefits don't pay for silver and gold. So your benefits pay for generics. And I says, wow. So I said, so you got a request for this stuff? He says, yeah. And when you request for it, they're gonna make you pay at that. And I was like, wow, that was something to learn. So now look at now what you can go look up is look up band-aids with silver in it. And you find out that you've been buying your band-aid from the 99-cent store when the band-aids be costing $25 and shit like that, $50 because it's got silver in it. You know what I'm saying? Why are they putting silver in the band-aids over bandaging? You know what I'm saying? There's a reason for that stuff. You see, this silver goes back to man eating it all the way back to when indigenous man first was eating rice out in pots out in the woods. They used silver when they cooked their food. They cooked food with a piece of silver in the bottom of their pots because the silver would kill all the germs and the parasites and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what silver does. Gold, like I said, that has an effect on the brain, and platinum, all of the noble metals. So the noble metals. I mean, yeah, you take zinc and iron and all of the other metals. Those are cheap metals. Well, what about the expensive metals? Think about it like that. How your iron is the greatest thing for you, right? Huh? That's a metal. Think about it. So you don't wear iron bracelets, and you want to wear gold. You want to wear copper, silver, platinum, all of the different noble metals. That's the reason why people was wearing those bracelets, talking about they didn't feel certain type of pains because they was wearing noble metals, the real stuff, not not no 12 carat or whatever that because you understand when you see stuff like that, they're adding something to it. They're adding a poison to it. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get it pure as possible. You know what I'm saying? Those are pure metals. You know what I'm saying? Where we at? Where we at? Exactly. They used to put the silver nitrate in our eyes. I think they still do that. That's the only time that they still give you any silver in the beginning. You know. But yeah, I got silver. I don't know where my silver jewelry, but any silver jewelry that I got now, I'll probably put it. I'll hook it up to the machine and I'll fucking eat it. Now you know what I mean. I'll start cooking stuff out. You know what I mean. Yeah, the pure silver bars. Yes, silver is a noble metal. And don't sleep on it because they're like, oh, but that's silver. It's not gold. All of these things have silver might be. When I buy this stuff and I buy silver, I buy extra of the silver because the silver you're using on top of things and internally. You got a cut open wound, I'm dropping silver on it. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna give y'all some good one. I'll give you a good one. When I first was using yes, the monatomic gold. That's the same. When we saying even the colloidal silver, you're saying it's like a monatomic. Monatomic is the next level of after colloidal. You know what I'm saying? There'll be, you know what I'm saying, there's level that the monatomic will be the last, the final breakdown. I couldn't figure out the monatomic one yet. And I did stop looking at the time. I probably can figure it out now, to be honest, but I haven't thought too much of it because the colloidal been working fine. You know what I'm saying? It's been working fine. I'm ready to do colloidal, the silver, the gold and the platinum too. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to colloidal all of that, you know, to be honest. Because it's doing the same thing. Now, the monoatomics. I do have the monoatomics. I don't know if I should go out and look and see where in the room. I gotta prove all of this shit to y'all. You know, but I probably should just maybe I'm gonna write this stuff down. I gotta get a book or a checklist, and as I brainstorm things come down so I can make sure that I get stuff ready up for the next time. But I already got the monoatomic, so I've been doing that. I've been doing monoatomic gold and silver. I've been doing that for at least, I'm gonna say, close to 20 years. Somewhere close to 20 years I've been into that. I've been into it so long that the people that when I first, now mind you, 20 years ago, I'm telling motherfuckers about eating gold and they telling me I'm crazy. But now all of a sudden they're talking about, man, you look like you stuck in time. You look so young. You look the same way I saw you 10, 15 years ago. And I'd be like, well, I tried to tell you about the fountain of youth and the philosopher's stone, and all of that stuff was all tied to the monatomics and eating the gold. I said, what you think the gold is that important for? What do you think they made Fort Knox and want to hoard up all the gold under the floor, but tell you can go find a diamond over there on the ground? You know what I'm saying? I said, what you think is more important? You think the diamond is more important than the gold? You know what I'm saying? But no, the gold, diamond is a piece of rock. It's a crystal. The gold is what you're made of. That's your life right there. That stuff is important. You know what I'm saying? That Patrick, I see you. I see you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We here, we doing it. We going over some things. And we trying to get ourselves some understanding. Like I said, I was going into a route. You know, I'm gonna stay on this. I'm gonna stay on the water right now, though. You know, I'm gonna stay with that because, like I said, I don't have my tools for the other stuff, and I really want to get y'all some slides so you can see what's going on. Like, you know what? Uh, this is gonna be my snake head that they're showing the Ouroboros. You know what I'm saying? And what this was all about. Like I was telling when I was telling people, you know what I'm saying? And how these things is completing a circuit. How these things is completing a cipher. How how they're making a circle. How we seem to see a circumference. I mean, this stuff all starts to you'll see the correlation on why these things. You know what I'm saying, man? Y'all don't know. Y'all don't get it. I'm trying to tell you, this stuff is everything that we got here is somehow you can see it in nature, how it's been taken from nature. You know what I'm saying? And we're not paying attention to nature. But like I said, once I try to do things in a natural way, I realized that natural was nature. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you want to not have to force something, you know what I mean? Like you keep wanting to force something. Like it says, you want to put a round peg into a square hole. You can keep trying that one all you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go for what naturally works. You know what I'm saying? It's just easier to do it. You know what I'm saying? When it work, when you're doing it with nature, you're doing it the way it should be done. You can force some things to do it. You can bang it through. You will get it through. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the toy probably won't be too good to use after a while. You keep doing shit like that. You know what I mean? So after a while, things break down real quick when you forcing it to do something that it don't want to do. You know? But there we go. Oregano. Yeah, oregano is good. You know, let me tell you, I try to keep when I deal with the herbs, I try to keep it natural herbs in a natural way. I don't like the and I don't go for a blend. Like if I'm not gonna do it right now because I can't move the computer. I gotta get this small camera, bring you over. I'll show you my herbs. I got so much herbs on my wall in the next room. I had to go get a cabinet thing, put them on the wall and line them all up from A to Z. I got all the herbs because there's a body chart that I got from Dr. Sadie. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying. All right, just my quick little draw of the human anatomy. I'm just being real quick about it. You know, I can't draw, but this is some, being funny. Anywho, and it shows you the body parts, and all the different ones is going to show you, and then I'll give you all that in the back chat if y'all come in there. And each different body part is associated with a mineral. Okay, the minerals are, of course, you know that the minerals are coming from the metals. The metals are the minerals, but you don't break down that metal. You know what I'm saying? But the plants do. So the plants are breaking down these different types of minerals, metals in the ground, and that's why certain plants are good for certain things. So all of these different body parts that's associated with a different mineral. Well, we got a list of herbs, of natural herbs that can, and when you use a natural herb, it's high in the content. See, that's another one I wanted to go over too, and that's why I should have wrote it down, but in points. But I'm going to talk about it right now. When we talked about it, the human body, this human body is equivalent to your circuit breaker panel. That got all these circuit breaker panel, and this is, you might have a circuit breaker panel at 110 volts. You know what I'm saying? What happens is that when you feed in this panel, so it can go out and take care of your house or whatever it is. Well, this panel needs to be fed the minimum of this 110 volts. This is what you need. But if you decide to give this 80 volts, that's not 110. But that is some energy, just not enough to do what you need to do, really. Yes, but it'll work. It'll work. That's what man is doing when he hybridizes a plant. You're seeing what he's doing is that each one of those plants, when it was a natural plant, and saying, it was dealing with nature. I don't know. We can draw or something like that. When this came from nature and was natural, it probably didn't taste sweet because nature don't do sugar. You don't find sugar in nature. Nature don't do sweets. Okay, nature does a lot of spicy, and there's very few things that you can find sweet. You know what I'm saying? But you need to. Nature don't do sweets. Okay, so now, but what the farmer did was he learned to splice plants together. Now there was always a way to put certain plants together, but I don't know the words of botany and all of that stuff and exactly what the count was. I don't remember, but I can just give you a briefing of it, you know what I'm saying, from the class. And it's like certain plants can go with other certain plants and it can be mixed. You know what I'm saying? And then you got plants that cannot go together. This is what the farmer was doing, was he found a way to put the ones that you should not put together. You know what I'm saying? And that's when they came up with starch, using starch as the binding agent. And they were able to take the roots of one plant and take the roots of another plant and paste them together with a starch. And now these things will grow together and intertwine. You know what I'm saying? That's hybridizing the plants. When you do that, you now you make it take a step down from the level that it was at, that nature gave it. Now you bringing it down a level, because now you take the oxygen out of this. Everything has got to do with oxygen. Oxygen is magnetism. This is how you get these things back in your body. See, the breathing is not the only way you get air. You get oxygen with water, drinking, and you get it by eating the plants. The plants got it, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, now you brought this down in value. So now this went from 100, say 110 to now 80. But it tastes better. You now done turn this into something sweet. It was green banana, now it's a yellow banana, because the yellow banana is sweet. They start putting the colors to it. That's why some of you see some of these things when it was in a natural state. It wasn't that it wasn't sweet. and it was probably a little more tougher to eat. And this is how, and then they find another way and hybridize it again and then bring it down another level. Like say corn didn't even have those kernels. If you look at corn where it had been hybrid so many times, it was a whole different type of plant. You know what I'm saying? I said, that's what they're doing when they bring this thing down. When they bring down the value, what happens is that the plant is still the same plant. It might even be bigger. They might brought this one, it might even be bigger. You got even more bang for your buck. You probably was able to feed a whole family off of this one when this one only one person could have had. But what happens is that you kept bringing this thing down. You know what I'm saying? You filled your stomach up, but you didn't take care of your cellular value. That's where they start getting into what's going on in your cells. You've put enough. You know, if you had to get 3 lines into this, two lines, whatever, 3 lines, whatever it is, to feed this panel, you filled it up. You filled up all the locations, but you're not giving this panel the voltage that it needs. That's what's going on to your body with these hybridized plants. You filled your stomach, but you didn't give yourself the 102 minerals needed for your body, because the human body is made out of 102 minerals plus water. So you're not getting these minerals, you know what I'm saying? You're not, at that rate. Now the average American is only putting 60% of this 102 minerals. If you are the average meat-eating American, if you follow the pyramid diagram with the dairy and the whole things like that, you know what I'm saying, that Illuminati period, you follow that, you're only at 60%. And that's the reason why after 21 you start going down. Man, he got a problem with his, as they say, you say he start getting limp at 21. The women are all anemic and cold, and you know what I'm saying, and everybody's problem is the same problem. If you got these drop down and hybridize, which brought down the quality, this is also how your body works. If you was full of all, if you had a full voltage, if you had all of the minerals, you had all the iron you need, you would be up here. But when you not eating, you're not putting this proper stuff after your age, this levels is coming down. Every time you piss, you're pissing out minerals. Every time you bust a nut, every time something come out of you, your levels is coming down. And after your 30s and 40s, you start talking about back pain. And they said, oh, that's just growing old. You're not growing old. You are depleted in minerals. And if you put the minerals back into your body, your back will not hurt. I'm telling you that. I know now when I feel it coming on. When we feel it coming on, really is when you said, I'm getting tired. You feel tired in your back. That's really it coming on. That's letting me know that my minerals is low. And so before I keep going another day or two, and now I'm really getting that back pain, I start putting all the minerals in my water, I was taking all my herbs, and I get back on my herb game, taking all my stuff, and next thing I know, you forget about it again. You're back on your ball. You know what I'm saying? When I says it really makes a difference. When I said, what got me to going on to this was definitely all started in the dick game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're drinking Red Bulls. You start talking about, I didn't have a good day that day. You start thinking shit like that. But then really, what all it is that your minerals is low. And if you put those minerals back in your body, you know what I'm saying, you wake up in a tent. I wake up in a tent all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'd be hard like a 15-year-old boy. You know what I'm saying? But like a grown ass man. Like I said, some people y'all think hard is like that, right? No, I'm saying hard is like that. Hard is that shit hitting you in your belly button or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no half-nass. You know what I'm saying? That's when your body running at full potential. And now if your body's running like that, you know what I'm saying? Your brain is part of your body. And you're thinking better, you know what I'm saying, and clearer, you're stronger. All of this stuff is real, man. 102 minerals. This is, you know what I'm saying, we get a lot of those minerals. These are the main ones you can do to get that. You can get sarsaparilla, That's the number one. It's got the highest amount of iron, concentrated iron in it. We got yellow dock. These is herbs that I take on a daily. Burdock. Okay. These is these is also blood cleansers. They so like you gotta change your oil in your car every 3,000 miles, right? Or your oil is all sludge and messed up, and then when your oil is messed up, the car not running good. You know what I'm saying? But how do you change your oil in your body? How do you change your blood? You can't do that. So you have to change your eating habits. So you have to use blood cleansers and purify your blood. You've been eating a lot of bad things for a lot of years, and it ain't gonna get cleansed off of taking one piece of plant one time. You gotta, you're gonna change this up. And if you can't change your stuff up, then you need to daily be putting these things in your system. But I ain't done. Sarsaparilla, yellow dock, burdock, sea moss. This is a big one. But and another one I like to use is bladderwrack. Bladderwracks. If you can't find bladderwracks, you can use kelp. This is basically more stuff from the sea. Between these right here, you're basically got, if you don't get your 102, you know what I'm saying, you got 95, 98% or something like that just within these. But you take a lot though. So a lot of sarsaparilla, you know what I'm saying? These things also, when they say cleanse your blood, it get rid of your STDs and all sorts of bullshit that you have in your body that's dormant. Little do you know. See, everybody gonna tell you, oh, everybody got some shit up in you dormant, and all y'all got the HPV and all these viruses, all this stuff. And when your minerals get low, when your body count get low, you develop a problem. Like that, back pain, uh, uh, cancer. Cancer is a positively charged ion that's in your body, and your body's supposed to be negatively charged. How is it negative? Because the earth is negative and you're eating plants. And if you're eating plants, then you're getting negative charge to your body. You don't have the cancer. You know what I'm saying? The meats is a positively charged ion. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why when you have too much positive in your body and the body is supposed to be negative, then you develop a problem. As you cancer or something like that. I tell people, like I said, you worried about putting a condom on before, you know what I'm saying, you worried about change, but you wasn't thinking about the blood that was in that meat you was eating. You didn't think about that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't think about why all America got all the same disease. You really think one person slept with somebody and that person slept with the other person, slept with the other person, the other, and now all of America got the problem? Or is all of America eating meat? And you don't know what was in that blood of that meat before the animal. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know that the farmer was poking the hogs and stuff like that and having sex with them, these animals. And some of these people crazy out there. You don't know what they're doing out there. You don't know. So yeah, sarsaparilla killer. You remember that one? You know, that's real. I still got people guys coming to me talking about that. I'm like, boy, you better not go get no Viagra, none of those drugs. Just go put some of this stuff in your body. I says, and when you're worried about how much to take, you know what I'm saying? I don't even read the instrument. You know, I'll grab one of them real quick. Hold on. Grab some of this stuff up here real quick here for you. Now, because you don't like the way nature tastes, because you've been addicted to the taste of poison. Me too. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you to feel bad. Not just you. Me too. There's just a couple of herbs I just grabbed. Just whatever was off the top. Here's one of those. This one is like was like one of those monoatomics that was sold from the Delbert Blair and all those guys or something like that. They had this one. You can see that one on it. Like I said, I had all of that, even with Delbert Blair. But this, like I said, the Delbert Blair one and all that other shit on it, that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to throw them totally under the bus. What I'm saying is that it's not the best. It's got a little something in it, but it's got a lot of other stuff in it too. And this was a learning curve that I had learned. You see, this let you know it's got what trace minerals, 300 grams, milligrams of that. You know what I'm saying? Let me see the stuff that's in it. You know what I mean? Consisting of silica and 70 other mineral elements. Silica. I don't know if silica was something that we really want to be ingesting. That's probably why this thing is all sandy. But when you get your monoatomics, they usually come inside of water. You know what I'm saying, man? So if you really want to buy some monoatomics, if y'all want to order something, I'll give you a site where you can go, a trusted site coming from some of the main guys. And I'm going to tell you that I've definitely seen a lot of magic done with the monoatomics. You know what I'm saying? But I would go to whitepowdergold.com. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, those guys, you can get it from there. You know what I'm saying? And I know it works because I've used it. I don't care what somebody else says. I don't care. Like I said, I told them you can. I don't buy it really no more because I'm being make a lot of them I make myself. But I tell them I don't care what nobody else says. I used it. I took this stuff. It kills. If silver, I said, if silver can kill all single cell life immediately and start doing all of it, I says, well, athlete's foot is a single cell pathogen. Then I should be able to take this silver and put it on my foot, and it should be able to make the athlete's foot go away, right? Well, I'll put it on a foot. I put on one foot, I put some silver, monoatomic silver. I put it on there and I left it and left the white residue from whitepowdergold.com. And then on the other foot, I put tough acting tenactin. Okay. Now the foot that tough acting tenactin, a half an hour later, still kind of itching a little bit. I'm rubbing on the floor and doing shit like that. But the other foot was fine. An hour or so later, I'm spraying more tough acting tenactin on that foot, but the other foot was fine. After a couple of weeks, the other foot, the toenail started returning the color, and the skin that was bruised healed. And one foot looked gorgeous, and the other foot looked like crap. And I was like, think this stuff really is something. I got to keep it hard with y'all. You know what I'm saying? When your foot is itching, the athlete's foot and jock itch run concurrent. They run together, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's the same for the women too. You know what I'm saying? It's a bacteria area, something like that. And the same, and it's not coming from your outside. I don't want you to think that. I don't want you to think that you rubbed on something and that's why no, this is something that's coming from your inside out. Okay? So doing stuff on the outside, you don't really have that much effect. This is an internal thing. This is letting you know what's going on with your liver and your kidney and pancreas and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? When you start seeing what's going on these parts in your body, because these are where a lot of nerve endings are, you know what I'm saying, in those areas. And that's why these is affected like that. And I was putting the silver there too. I was putting the silver everywhere. And what happened is that my wife was like, at the time, she was like, wow, that it's like it never happened. It totally went away like it never happened. And I was like, yeah, this stuff is serious, right? Like I said, and I've been preaching and telling people about it ever since. And a lot of people did, like I said, they think you're crazy or something like that. But the family know, they've seen it. I be having people tell them all day, man, I want to show you, man. Look. But I know that ain't gonna show you my nuts. But what I'm saying is, yeah. So the monoatomic gold and silver, gold and platinum that I get from whitepowdergold.com. I should go try to find one of those bottles. I ain't order from them in a minute though. It really does work. Everybody who I suggested those sites and used it, that people who really did listen, the first thing they're going to tell you is that it affected their brain. The same thing how you're reading on there. It's going to tell you that it's going to increase your brain power. You'll have increased creativity, better memory. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these things will get better when you by using this stuff, and it is true. Once I started taking it, and that's what I told you, like in the Bible, Adam and Eve, they one person going to tell you they ate an apple, one person says this, other guy says the fruit, but what they all had in common is that it was gold. And that's what they was trying to tell you, is that the fruits of the earth, the first few fruits of this earth is gold, silver, and platinum. And that's why they show you all of these things all around, especially show you that in church. These are the fruits of the earth. So when he was talking about the fruits and the fruit tree, this is when the correlations start going on. When you got to understand that there was another science that wasn't being taught. And that's why somebody else is supposed to be reading the book to you, because they understand what this story was really about. Well, when you eat this fruit from the earth, immediately your brain will start to make a shift. And this is why they says after they ate it, immediately their eyes were open. You know what I'm saying? And now their journey of knowledge started. You know what I'm saying? So what am I saying? This is not going to just put the information into your head. What it does is makes you more curious. It makes you says, wait a minute, let me see into that a little bit. Let me try that. When at a time that you would be tired, you're no longer tired, because you now have a mental energy. And you got it's in your mind first. When your mind tells you to go, it's going to keep going. Your brain is going to give you all of this energy once you clear that brain passage up. When you start using the monoatomics, it does do something to the brain. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I started waking up without the alarm clock at whatever time that I needed to be. It's like things just started clicking. You know what I mean? Thing 4, you catch it, you start clicking. You know what I mean? And it really did do a difference. And anybody who used it told me that was the first thing that they realized, is that their brain was going. It's like when you wake up and you got to hit the snooze button because you got to get your head together. When I wake up, I'm already 3-4 thoughts down the road. I didn't just wake up and be like, all right, no, I woke up like bling, 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 and the computer, everything was clicking, because you are now using silver. What am I saying? Like, you got a cord, your ending cords, it could be made out of a cheap metal, or sometimes you got these things in gold tips. There's a reason why there's gold tips on the ends of these wires or something like that. You know, and there's a reason for all of this stuff. That's what I'm trying to kill. That's what I'm getting at. The same stuff is working to your body. You know, when you're looking at all of this stuff in Egypt, and we're looking at all of these different correlations that we've been seeing, this is my new stuff that I've been learning. I don't care about all the sacred geometry and all of the different things. You know what it seems to really be boiling down to? The human body. It seems to be that they've been re-engineering the human body with technology, and all of these different things are parts inside the body and their relationship. All of the different stuff in the Bible, everything is a different part inside the body. And I thought about it when I was wiring up one of my cores here the other day, and I'm gonna show you that. How about this one right here? When I'm wiring around and around and around and around these thin little wires. I got one that's out that we can see, because I got to clean up around in here. All right, how about here's I was trying to make a square one at once. I had used fun, and I took the thin little wire so you can't even see it right there. And I wrapped it around and around and around and around and around. And I realized that I said, you know what I'm doing here? This is like a muscle. I said, this is like muscle fibers to me now. You know what I'm saying? And now I can it start to make sense on why we're getting the strength. And while we're able to do these things, we can start to see the correlations after a while. After I had to make it in order for this to work, I had to put all of these like muscle fibers together, just like the Bible. I mean, just like the body. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this is stuff to start learning. Like I said, when I seen the unk that everybody's talking about, the boom and ding and all of this stuff, and then that unk seems to be a spot inside the brain, inside the head over here, and it actually seems to be a real part. I think it's housed in the pineal gland or something like that. Like that seems this stuff is real. This stuff is internal. All of the different man, if I should do that one of these days and go through the book and so we can see some of these different guys and when I had to start learning like what this is and what's going on. Even the colors, you notice they're using the same colors, like the red and the blue, you know what I'm saying? And these, you know what I'm saying, these correlate. This is how, and this is all in the body. This is how the energy is flowing. We didn't, like I said, I didn't know that the correlation was that deep. You know what I'm saying? When I started learning that all of these ones were inside the body, all of them inside the body, to the point that when we're looking at the flat dome and two the two lights, you know what I'm saying, and there seems to be some type of of correlation going on in the inside the head in the human body about the two parts of the. Yeah, I mean, there seems to be a lot of correlation to the human body and how the whole system is working for. That's why this micro down to the macro, like this seems to be the body, the world seems to be a body. It seems to be working in the same way, and we are mass producing our technology off of what's going on inside of the human anatomy. And like I said, when I see this and I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's where Tesla is getting there. I'm like I said, y'all don't see, I'm so much analyze this shit, and I'm trying to, because I want to really pull it apart. And like I said, that's where they're getting this shit from. Tesla and all of this stuff that they're doing, they're using the internal of the body. They seem to be learning this stuff, and then they're able to use these same, like re-engineering it on the outside of the body in each different part. You know what I'm saying? It's like all of these different parts, the engines and all of this stuff is all coming from what's happening inside the body. I swear to you, I see them all. And like I said, I'm like, okay, so that helps us again, because now we know where to start looking. Now I know that I got to learn the body. I'm gonna have to learn this human body and see what and really learn it, like the muscle parts and where they're going and what it extends out to, and there's a lot to learn on that. So that way we'll be able to do more and take this even further. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing what's going on. Even the robot. Think about the robots. The robot is trying to mimic you. All of the technology is that. Let me go back to the thing. I'll say. I'm a OHW. I mean, I heard it said before. I hope I'm saying it right. 2020. But what's going on, fam? I see you. You know what I'm saying? Trolling. I caught you trolling. Made it. All right. We in here. I see Damon. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for coming by. I mean, this is you're making me think that this boring subject might be, not that boring to some people. You know what I'm saying? That we shared the same interests and stuff on the community. Oh, I didn't show y'all about the moringa one. I got this moringa one in the pot. I'll be putting this in a tea. You know what I'm saying? Moringa is like, this is big time. I should have put that one on the list too. Your moringa, that's like taking care of all of your milk and your spinach and all the other stuff. This has got more vitamin C than two orange trees put together, easy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hands down. There's no comparison to what moringa does. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's another natural one. You know, all natural one. That's from Dr. Sabi too. So, that's your other one. I wanted to throw in there. But let me see. Oh, the waves, right? See, I want to get y'all. I really want to. I can't do it yet. I want to get some slides. You see, I've been working out, trying to show y'all the waves and everything, and what's going on in this circuit, in the Gary Destroyer when it comes to the waves. So that way you would be able to, because people are gonna tell you, well, oh, that's not right, or that can't work, but y'all know it works because y'all seen it. y'all see it been working. You said, but I'm gonna be able to explain it to you in waves forms and what's happening, and I will do that a little later. I'm not gonna do that one today. I really thought about doing that one today, but I think we really need to walk everybody up to this point. You know what I'm saying? I don't really. We're gonna be doing a lot of jumping around because, like I said, I don't know where everybody's at with it. So we gotta walk our way there, and we're gonna get there. The list. All right. Like I says, anything is definitely a be in the back chat on. And if y'all not part of the back chat, come on in there. You know what I'm saying? We need all of y'all in there. Just hit matter of fact, if you put your email, if you're not part on there, just make sure you have a Gmail, download the Google Hangouts and all, and you can put your email right in here. Like I said, I don't have no panel yet, or you can email me and add me to the chat, or you can drop your email in here, and I'll make sure that when I go back and look at the video later, something like that, and I'll take everybody's emails off there, and I'll add y'all into the chat. You know what I'm saying? Where we at? How we doing? Oh man, we're over an hour. So y'all got me moving. Okay. So I guess we're still gonna take it. Let me see what's going on in here. Yeah. I appreciate that, fam. When we talk about you want extra energy, these herbs we're gonna have you, and the monatomics, but the herbs is definitely gonna give you a lot of energy. You're gonna have a lot of energy, day and night. You fill up full of herbs all day. I try to get you. I can get my parents on this. Oh, all right. For the ladies, I meant to say that when you're around the period times and stuff like that, and you're losing a lot of fluids and stuff like that. You want a lot of red clover, red raspberry leaf. You know what I'm saying? Those are now, and like I said, and the reason why I'm jumping around so much, the reason why I'm using these capsules is because, like I said, you might not like the taste of these. It might be too bitter for you, or too spicy, or whatever they are. So what we do is I just take the capsules. And what this say? Let me read this here. Recommendations. Take 2 capsules daily. All right. If you're pregnant, nursing, or taking any medication, consult a healthcare professional. Okay. What does that mean to me? Bullshit. Because I'm going to take about 4 of these in the morning and another 4 in the afternoon and maybe another 4 at night. As much as I can, I'm going to be taking that. Same for the burdock. What does this says? Take 2 capsules 3 times daily. Or at least this one tells you take it 3 times. You know what I'm saying? What does this tell you? Take 2 capsules daily. All of this stuff is nature. That's why I buy the ones from Nature's Way, because they try to keep it natural. And I'm really into a little more mom and pop stores, stuff like that, because they really got all the herbs in a real way, and I kind of deal with them. But I'm trying to use something that we can all see real. So Nature's Way, green tops. When you go in to buy these herbs, you're gonna see different color tops on it. When you see the green top, that means natural. When you see the yellow top, I didn't bring a yellow top, but you might see one a yellow top. A yellow top will mean like blends. So that means it might be, let's say for instance, it could be red clover and burdock to mix them both in one. You know what I'm saying? Well, then it'll give them a yellow top, and then you might see a purple top or something like that. And the purple top is like extracted. So you know what I'm saying? These are the different ones. When you go in and get the herbs, this is how you know the different types of herbs. So I fuck with the green because and I get everybody separate. I don't want no blends. I don't want your, what do you call it? I don't want your witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? I don't want your magic potion that you put together or your blend. Tell me what's in it, and I'll take it individually the way you know what I'm saying. Nature wants. I don't know your blend. Like I says, I'll do my own blend. I'll read the stuff what's in there, and I'll do it. Do I gotta go? I should go over there and go get these bottles. Listen, I got the Dr. Sabi list, the $1,500 list. Totally different from the other. Not means that totally different. It's the same as the other list, but for the extra money, for the $1,500, they're gonna give you more. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give you more. Oh my God, hold on. I'm supposed to be doing this, but this is my baby and my daughter. She just had a surgery, so I gotta take this real quick. So hold on 1 second. Yeah, baby. Where's my earpiece at? Hold on. Yes, baby. Yes. What year did I get my degree? I don't remember right now. And if you can, and I'm live streaming, so if you can, let me call you back. Unless is it that serious? For the college application. What year did I graduate college? I'm gonna says give me like about in 99. I'm probably gonna says like 2000. When was 9/11? That was like 2000, 2001. Then put 2001. The year 9/11, I graduated. Or you know what? No, put the year before that. Or no, put the same year, whatever year 9/11 was. But all right, let me get back to my live stream. I love you. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Now let me see. Where was I at? Damn. Where was we at? Can somebody remind me? The take on the moon and its effect. You know, we're gonna talk about the moon. It's the moon. I'm starting to have, throughout my studies and stuff that I'm learning, I'm starting to see that there's something else going on, a little bit more than what we thinking. You know what I'm saying? It seems to be a little bit more, but still understandable. But the moon, it may be like I said, it may be like some like holographic or something like that. It's definitely has to do. It must be something plasmic, the same as the sun in nature, because these are working together and completing a circuit. But I'm starting to see something new with the sun and the moon, and I'm starting to think that the sun might not even be inside the dome with us. All right. And the moon might be some type of like holographic type of an effect. But I don't want to be hold to that because, like I said, I'm seeing some stuff and it's really got me like, whoa, like, you know what? I'm thinking that this is something else. And I'm going to be getting into that more. I just didn't have the time to really study into that more. So, you know what I'm saying? And so I can't tell you if it's meant. Nah. I think a lot of that stuff is stuff that they programmed into us. But there is something to it. I just don't know. And like I said, don't hold me on that one. I can't do that one. You know what I'm saying? What eclipsing? Might not be It might not be that something is eclipsing it. It just might be like a phase. You know what I'm saying? Something. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm so fucked up in asking. I mean, I'm so fucked up answering something like this because of my recent learnings and discoveries that totally got me fucked up. It was like, and I'm thinking that when we thought we had it, or we thought we had it, you know, we got close. I've seen something that made me go, wait a minute. There's something. It may be something else going on, and it's not gonna be easy to get these answers. You know what I'm saying? But when I understand the nature of things is the reason why I'm changing this view a little bit and starting to look into something else. I'm starting to think that it's possible that the sun and the moon or whatever it is may be on the outside of the dome of our atmosphere or whatever type of sphere you want to call it. It may be on the outside of it, and we may be seeing an effect on the inside. Okay, we may like you know, that's why it doesn't get hot when you get closer to the sun, because it's doesn't seem to be what we think. It may be like I don't know, how do you call it, like a refraction of light through the ice, or the diamond or crystal or whatever we want to call this dome. It seems to like it may be on the other side of it. And because water, when it's pure, is perfect, it's clear. The ice that would be up top would be clear like a lens. So and it might be like a lens effect. So you could take a piece of ice and actually use it like a magnifying glass, and you can burn paper and stuff like that. But your ice would have to be pure. It would have to have no color to it. You know what I'm saying? So it might be that this is something going on the other side of it, and then we're seeing the effect through the medium. That may be it. But like I said, don't hold me to it. That's something that I'm learning and looking at, and because the plasma part is the reason why it's light. Because when you charge the plasma, you know what I'm saying, it's making this light. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the reason why before in the chat room when we was talking about plasma, and I was saying, yeah, it may seem that if we clean our blood, because our blood is full of, oh shit, I think we just got it. Okay, you remember the Golden Child? Remember the movie The Golden Child? Let me see how many people in here ever seen The Golden Child. Oh, Huey P. I see Huey P. in my magic mirror. Yo, listen, I don't know how I can't be able to wrench y'all something up in here and it's not letting me do it. I'm afraid to hit refresh. You know what I'm saying? So I can't see the chat room from the live stream. I'm actually looking at the chat room from my phone. You know what I'm saying? But okay. Right. Okay. We seen the Golden Child. Now, on the Golden Child, you had one guy that was representing the positive, the light. The other guy was representing the devil, the negative, the dark, right? And he was trying to make the Golden Child eat imperfection. He was trying to make the Golden Child eat blood, starch, and sugars, the same stuff that we're eating now, blood, starch, and sugar, right? And what happened is that he decided if I only have one little piece of leaf, I'm gonna gnaw on this leaf, although I'm hungry, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna do that, because what will happen is that you would taint his blood. Now, what was the golden child doing? The golden child had some type of thing with light, and it seemed to, with the light, and you know what I'm saying, the light was able to make things happen because light works with plasma. Hello, light works with plasma, and if your blood is full of plasma, there's some type of an effect that will happen, but we can't get the effect because your blood is tainted. Your blood is full of poison. It's full of this sugar. I love this shit, man. I'm sorry. Ooh, man, I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? She got, I see you in my magic mirror. What that candy, boy. It made me lose my teeth. I don't know the name of it, but I seen it and it's shaped just like it. And I believe it was, don't hold me to it, but I believe it was housing like the pineal. It was somewhere around the pineal. But I'm gonna have to go get that for you, and I will. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get. Well, I'll get that for you for sure. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, like I was saying, so if our blood was pure with the light, with the charge, and you charge plasma, there's an effect that happened, and it's light. Charged plasma, you got sunlight, all the light, all the phenomena that's happening here is charged plasma. You know what I'm saying? Your blood is plasma, and you are a positive and negative. You are a polarity. You have polarity to you. That's what makes you live. What makes the 110 panel live, the reason why we call this electricity live is because it has a polarity. Anything that has a polarity is live. Okay? This is why the Egyptians talked about the netters. The netters is nature. But each aspect of nature, like wind and all these things, have a polarity, a positive and a negative. And that's why they dealt with them all separate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I seen that circle, but then you know what? Like I said, let me go back into my shit where I found it at, and I can really give you that because I've been seeing the circle. Let's say like even on Dr. Manhattan, he rocked with the circle and then something like that. But I've seen it. Yeah, I just can't. That's why I said don't hold me to exactly where it's at, but I believe it was somewhere around that Benino, somewhere over there. But it was definitely in the head though. But I'm gonna find out exactly and get that for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna definitely get that for y'all. All right, what else we got here? Boom, boom. Yes, please. Like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Share. You know what I'm saying? We want to get our community a lot bigger, smarter, and we want to get a lot more people brainstorming with us. You know. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to sleep. You see, this stuff wasn't like I said, I didn't make up none of this. You know what I'm saying? This stuff that I learned by brainstorming with other smart individuals, with all of that y'all in the community, with you know what I'm saying, and learning off of people who I know is good. So in other words, let me see what I mean by that. You can go buy a videotape of Michael Jordan, or let's say we talk about LeBron, yeah, because y'all is LeBron time, right? And you can say all the best moves of LeBron, and LeBron can show you all of his little tricks and stuff that he do. You know what I'm saying? And what's that gonna do? I mean, it's not gonna make you LeBron, but it will make you better than who you are right now because you know LeBron. So if you got some moves from the best, you know what I'm saying, it made your arsenal a little more, you know, a little tougher, a little stronger. You know what I'm saying? So, but why you want to go learn a basketball move, because that's not gonna help you nowhere. We're not getting paid from that. That's not gonna take us nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You can go learn off of some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll go get a videotape of what Tesla was doing. Or somebody want to break down some of that. You know what I'm saying? Or give me Steinmetz. You know what I'm saying? Give me what Bedini was doing. Now we talking. You know what I'm saying? Now, because I can mimic them the same way I can take the videotape and mimic LeBron and his moves, I can take the videotape and mimic Tesla or mimic Stein, mimic these guys' moves. And then I might not be a Tesla, I might not be Steinmetz, but I'm sure enough greater than what I was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we do these things. You know what I'm saying? We have to find a model somewhere to you know what I'm saying, to roll us, to, you know what I'm saying, to guide our role. You know what I mean? Where we at? Where we at? Boom, boom, boom. Leave a comment. Yeah, yeah. Oh, the list of minerals. Okay, okay. Man, let me tell you, the list of minerals is a long list. This is I'm gonna give you a list of some ones you could use for every day, your everyday uses or something like that. But I would suggest, even after you get those things, that I go get a whole list of all the natural herbs from A to Z. I get all of them. You know what I'm saying? And I look for when I have a problem, the body, you know, I got a problem over here, you got a problem over there, wherever the problem is in the body, I go to chart, I see what mineral it is, and then I flood the body with that mineral to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, that's how you get it to it. Because you got to remember, you're going through your stomach, you got to go through the you know, the acid, you got to go through a lot of different processes. So I'll flood myself up full of the mineral that I need to get to that area, and that's how you attack that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll give you the list of the everyday list. If you want the full list, if you part of the back chat, are you in my back chat? Because everybody's email thing seems to be a little different. But if you're in my back chat, if not, get in there and I can give you, I can start giving you the full list, because there's a whole ton of herbs to get. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll even give you the list of the body. You can see the body chart, and you can start doing these things that way. You know what I mean? Where we at? Yeah, yeah. So I gotta give you. I gotta give what you call it? What's the zodiac deficient? Each zodiac is deficient in some of these minerals. I mean, I'm not a what was that? That's really yeah. That's cool. That's good. Moringa, yeah. With Tibetan, thank you. Like I said, I'm sorry I can't wrench y'all right now because I'm afraid to hit refresh on the computer and mess up the stream. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to do it again on the next one or something like that. But yeah, where we at? Where we at? Yeah, definitely. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. I appreciate it. All the love. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of experiments and stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, One World, One Hood is the name for everything. So I ain't got to tell you. You want to know my email is One World, One Hood. At what? At whatever you want to make it. One World, One Hood. That you'll find me. You know what I'm saying? You want to PayPal? It's One World, One Hood. You want to cash? Anything you want to do? It's One World, One Hood. I've been that name forever. You know what I'm saying? You Google it, One World, One Hood, whatever. It's gonna tell you it's him. They can tell you, what I mean? So I've just been doing this for a long time, so don't even worry about it. Anytime you look over something, just it's One World, One Hood is named. That's mine. You know what I'm saying? So and it's always been the .coms and all of that stuff. Even though I let it go, but we're gonna put it back. But just give me a little minute because I got so many things going on. You know, trying to kill 1,000 stones at once and trying to do this, and I'm definitely going to do it, because if you understood how serious my site and how big it was before, you'll know that we're going to come back in a whole new serious and strong way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just give me a minute to put it back. I even got a team, a whole online team, and guys was just hitting me up as asking, like, are we ever going to come back? You know what I'm saying? Hackers and all, got everybody in there, people all over the world. So we're gonna put it back though. Where we at? Let me see. Anything else here? Spirit Light Body almost done at work. We almost done it here. You know what I'm saying? To bet everybody, hey, well, I'm glad that I'm helping you pass your day at work. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I want to pardon me. I ain't gonna pause the stream. I ain't got all that people's watching me and all these ladies and kids like bro got. So I'm gonna roll my shit. Mm-hmm. No. I'm fucking legal or not. I'm gonna do me. You know what I'm saying? And after me and Dojo finish getting together, oh my god, y'all don't even know what's about to happen. Tell them, Dojo, we're about to make a killer. I'm gonna One World, One Hood. After that, Dojo, all the HOT, we're gonna have these shows coming on where we might have dancing girls and live bands and stuff for y'all after we finish putting that shit together. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, Dojo, this today, you know what? And I'm not even gonna do that. Only green I'm gonna show y'all is the heart chakra. The only green I'm gonna show you. Let's show you the heart chakra. I'm not gonna show you this green right here. Just trust me. Gorilla glue. You ain't hear that from me. Obviously, it's a hybrid. It says, but that's when I gotta get Dojo on. Dojo is my man for that. You know what I'm saying? And I be talking about the farmer. I call Dojo the farmer. Some of y'all be, first of all, the farmer. Let me explain to y'all who the farmer is, because people don't know who the farmer is. The farmer is everybody. He's your mama. He's your daddy. He's that nigga in the alley. You better believe it. Okay? He's everything. He's the most gangsterous motherfucker. He's the most generous. The world goes to him when you understand what's going on at the farm. So you know what I'm saying? I says like, don't sleep on the farmer. You know what I'm saying? Nature is running shit, and that guy, the person who's got the green thumb, you know what I'm saying? They're rich. They literally, you know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of putting it together. You know what I mean? Well, there's got to be a. Damn it, that's not enough. I need more tree. Hold on, so. Let's see what I got over here. But I can mix with this one here we go. Yeah, so where we at? Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when them shits come in good, they come with those little packages so you can keep it fresh. I mean, man, these guys really thought about this shit. You know what I mean? Want to keep my shit fresh from me. And man, y'all guys are the greatest. And this shit came a long way. You know what I'm saying? All the cars, see your mama and your daddy, they had a whole bunch of little holes in their seat because all of the seeds was in their weed, and the seeds when they were smoking be falling out, popping and burning little holes. Also, yeah. You remember that shit. All those. Now you know what it was. They had seeds in their weed. That's why they had all them holes in their car like that. You know what I'm saying? Them seeds ain't no more. They ain't got that problem no more. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, Dojo. There's no seeds on them. Yeah. All right. So anywho, let me see. Let me go back to the chat. Let me see what's going on. Boom, boom, boom. Any more? Any other stuff we want to go? Because like I said, I don't want to break all this. I can see. I really can see that when I get into this stuff, they're going to have to be short and sweet little videos, and then I have to make a live stream for that we can rock with, because that's going to be the only way that we're going to get the best out of each one. I'm going to have to, like how Ken be doing, a couple of those little short videos. I'm probably going to have to make a few little 5 to 10 minute ones, and then do the live stream. So I don't know how that's going to work. I'm going to think about it. But like I said, from now on, I'm gonna walk around with a book, with my little checklist, and as it comes in mind, I'm gonna put it down, start formatting everything, and get it together. And next week, I'm gonna try to make sure that I get these tests a little bit more. We want to go over. We want to get more in detail with our battery power. We want to go over the sine waves, because you was talking about the waves. You want to know what the waves is going on. You know what I'm saying? How we read the waves. You know what I'm saying? And what's going and then, like I said, we want to get an oscilloscope. I don't have an oscilloscope. We definitely going to need to get an oscilloscope so we can really start reading into the waves for everybody and seeing what's going on and getting every detailed little factor. That's where we can start seeing a dielectric field and along with the magnetic field, you know what I'm saying, in its raw forms on an oscilloscope for everybody to see the wave format. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I got to get an oscilloscope for that. So you're going to have to give me a little bit of time. Holidays just passed. But yeah, I fuck with Ken. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I fucks with him. You know, I learn a lot from him. You know, even though sometimes like I said, he's smart, he's a smart man. Sometimes a little too smart for his own good when you get cocky and you just think you got it all. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we over here, we're into a full 360 degree of knowledge. So when I see a person who's out of shape or glasses and can't see, or the combination of both, or certain things like that, and I can see that he's got a thing in the health area, and it lets me know that, well, you're not as smart as you thought you was, because you know what I'm saying, because health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? If you're not taking care of your health like that, and if you really think eating the animals is okay, you know what I'm saying, that I can understand where some of the problems come in at. You know what I'm saying? But you know, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But I was able to hear some of the way he's able to talk and get into it. So to each his own. Eat the meat, spit out the bones. So I rock with him for a lot. But after I got basically, I don't think there's too much more he could show. He just kind of goes over the same things for me. You know what I'm saying? And I learned what I had to learn. Stepping stone. Move over to the next one. Now I was able, after him, though, to be honest, after him, I was able to see Tesla and Steinmetz work and understand it much better. You know what I'm saying? I was able to understand it much better. So like I said, I don't want to give him nothing for it. I'm a patron of him. You know what I'm saying? If I say something on the screen, you'll see that I got the little thing next to it with the high number, because I've been patron to him for like over a year and change, or 2 years or something. Like, you know what I mean? So, but I even stopped talking because I see, just like how bro said, he's not, I even said before, he's not so you know what I'm saying. That's where the only way I can explain it. So he's cool, he's all, but I don't know, like, there's some vibe I get, like, why can't I just get a regular vibe and talk to you like everybody else do? I've been spending and patronizing you and doing all of that, but when you say whatever, y'all know what I mean, bro. Motherfuckers like that. So that's why I'm here, to be able to, this is our language. So I can say it like that. You know what I mean. They might not know, or everybody else might know, but you know what I mean. And that's who I'm talking to. That's why I'm talking to you in your language. That's what this is right here. You know what I mean? It's your language. When I'll break down that stuff that they try to make it very complex. We break it down in our language, and then, you know what I'm saying, now we can all do it. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why you can't do it because it's hard to understand this shit. But like I said, for some reason, I was able to hear through him, and now I was and once he got me on the right path and now I got that understanding, I was able to take that knowledge and move on with it, and then go into all of the other guys in their fields and really get, you know what I'm saying, the juicy knowledge back out of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that's all about. So anywho, man, okay. We did an all-star one this week. I got over 2 hours right now. My God. I got more thumbs up than people that I'm even looking at in the chat room. Like, yo, love. I think we did good. Are we done? Let me look over in the chat and give everybody some shouts. You know what I'm saying? And before we bounce out of here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tibetan, you know what I'm saying? Damon. Yeah. 2020. Dojo, that's my man. Yeah. I'm from New York. I'm in Queens, New York. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody in not everybody in New York that bad, you know what I'm saying? Bro, just be fucking around with us, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in there that bad. I mean, they get a little, you know what I'm saying? But don't worry about it. Y'all good with me. If you think, you know what I'm saying, my name is, they call me, my name is good in the street. So yeah, don't worry, you're good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come over here, you know what I'm saying, just holler at One World, and we'll make sure that we take care of bro and whatever event that we do over here in New York, you know what I'm saying? You definitely safe. You gotta worry about that. I got that one. You know what I'm saying? I grew up here. You know, some spirit, like body. That's family right there. Yo, all of y'all in here right now is my y'all. This is the family. You know what I'm saying? Know that. You know what I'm saying? I just can't rent you all because I don't know what the hell to do. So right in a few minutes before I end the stream, I'll try to see if I can refresh it. So that way, if it don't work, you know, if it worked or whatever. You put your email oneworld1hood@gmail. And just says, yo, throw me in the back chat or, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, anything towards that. When I see your emails, I'll automatically add y'all. But you got to have a Gmail when you email me. Don't email me with another email and don't at least say what your Gmail is. You got to have Gmail so I can add you in the room. Yeah. Alicia, okay. Yeah. Who's that? Oh, Trucker Trade. What's going on, fam? I don't know how I messed over you, you know what I'm saying? But I see you now, you know what I'm saying? I see y'all in my magic mirror. It's crazy. I'm looking at it like that, and I see a whole bunch of reflections all coming at me back at me from a different angle. You know, different angles of light. Angels all out there. Y'all. This is the when y'all over here. This is the young Jedi's. That's mastering the arts of magnetism. You know what I'm saying? The highest force of nature. You know what I'm saying? When you see red, you see blue. See dielectric and magnetism. They create the fusion of the two creates electricity. You know what I'm saying? Magnetism and dielectric. The dielectric field and the magnetic field are 90 degrees from each other. Okay? Which will only make sense. If I drew a right angle at 90 degree, a right angle, 90 degree angle, well, one is one field, the other one is the other field. The magnetic field and the dielectric field. This is how you'll understand magnetism a little bit more when you see how it's running conjunction. And then when you and they're going to tell you that because we didn't run into the right person yet when they come in with their debates. But we're waiting for them because it's going to be somebody like either like a Polite or Pharaoh, young Pharaoh, or those brothers, because they're smart brothers. That's what I'm getting at. See, I'm not saying that these guys are not smart. What I'm saying is that we're going to need to probably debate somebody on that level because they're going to bring that the pseudoscience to a deeper level and bring it in here. And then that's when they start spitting all that stuff. Well, that's when we're going to get into the magnetism and we're going to show them how that same math, how they're using seems to be running for us. And it's telling us that this is magnetic and this is dielectric. And when the stuff that you're trying to give me for your correlation doesn't seem to work right when this is what it is. I didn't make this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Only the geniuses is the one who said that. They talked about the insanity of a charged particle and the insanity of photons and all this stuff like that, and how man didn't get it right yet. And they've been doing this concept for a long time. But that's for another time. You know what I'm saying? All right, eyes on me. Yeah. Patrick. You know what I'm saying? Spirit, Damon, Head, everybody. If I missed anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's charge it to the head and not the heart. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, shout out to all of the greats that came behind. that came before us and left a little bit of knowledge for us to be able to grab on and the whole to be able to take that knowledge and work it even further. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, shout out to all the greats. And I guess I'll see you next week. And we'll do it like that. All right. Don't forget to send me an email, hit me in the back chat. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be doing this all week. And like I said, even after the big shows or something like that, you know, we go in the back chat and I might, you know, expound on it if we need to. But that's how it's gonna go down. All right. I think that I got it all out. So peace. I'll see y'all next week. Free Energy Fridays. Yeah, and we're going home.